So you're thinking about moving to Murfreesboro, Tennessee, and you don't know, is this really where I want to live? We're going to take a look at the pros and the cons, the ups and downs, the backs and forth. We're going to kind of take a look at four different pros, four different cons, and then don't forget to stick around to the end because I think this is a great place for you to be able to do something, and you're not going to want to miss what that is. We're going to get started right now. If this is your first time to the channel and you're wanting to know everything there is to know about Nashville and the surrounding areas like Murfreesboro, feel free to click the subscribe button, click the bell for notification, and you'll get notified every time there's a new video or we have any information about the Nashville area. I'm Michael, and Joshua, Caleb, James David, and our team, we get calls from people like you every single day wanting to make the move to Nashville. And if that's you and you're wanting to move in one day, 1 month, or 1 year, it doesn't matter. We'll answer any questions you may have. Just give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email, and we'll help you make that move to the Nashville area. So now we're going to take a look at what the pros and the cons are for being in Murfreesboro or living in Murfreesboro. The first con, and we're starting with the cons because I want to get this one out of the way. The sales tax in Murfreesboro is 9.75. It is so high. So if you're wanting to move to the Murfreesboro area, be prepared. The sales tax is definitely higher there. The good news is one of the pros is this is one of the most family-friendly areas to move to in Tennessee. There's lots of parks, lots of things to do. Definitely a kid-friendly type area. So if this is a place you're looking at moving, a good pro is definitely that it's family-friendly. Going back to con number two is the housing prices and the land prices are definitely going up, just like they are all around Nashville and the Nashville surrounding areas. So I put it in the con, but it also serves as a pro. I'll tell you more about that at the end of the video and why I think it definitely fits into the pro category as well. The second pro, now that we've talked about con number one, con number two, and pro number one, we're going to talk about the second pro. The school systems in Murfreesboro, great. Definitely, not only do we have Middle Tennessee State, we also have an excellent high school. All the schools that feed into the high school, definitely top-notch schools. Murfreesboro is definitely a place, if you're looking for a good school system, that you can live. So moving on to con number three, the nightlife in Murfreesboro. Murfreesboro's nightlife isn't real strong. There's a few bars here and there's definitely restaurants and things like that, but having like a real nightlife kind of feel to it, you're going to have to travel to, say, Franklin or maybe downtown Nashville, down on Broadway. Definitely not just a right around the corner place, but still close enough that you can find nightlife in other surrounding towns and cities. Pro number three is that since people are moving there and there's good, strong economy there's a auto manufacturer there, and it's just definitely a booming economy. Part of that is because Middle Tennessee State is there, and that's a lot of students that bring money to the economy, but also just a lot of people moving to the area has strengthened the economy over the past several years. Going back over to the con side, con number four, there are no beaches in this city. So you're not going to find an ocean. We're not near the ocean. We're kind of really far away from the ocean. And there's no beaches like lakes with beaches and things like that. Those aren't really close either. There are a couple of lakes close by, Percy Priest Lake and Old Hickory Lake, that have a beach area and definitely have a lot of water activities, jet skis, boats, and things like that. But that's still a little bit away. I would say 30 minutes away from Murfreesboro, so it's not super close. You can still get there if you're going to take a day trip or something like that. That'd be great to do, but there's not any beaches directly in Murfreesboro. One thing you could do is if you're going to move here, you could build a beach. You'd have to build a lake and then a beach. But that'd be a little weird. Pro number four is there are lots of parks. Definitely, there's a battlefield with huge area for just hiking and learning more about the history of the area, things like that. You want to walk your dogs. You could walk your kids too, I guess, if you want to walk your kids. Just don't put them on a leash. That's a little weird. There's lots of activities to do, definitely kid-friendly activities. And then there's probably one of my favorite is man activities. Throwing axes. You can throw axes here. There's an axe throwing place where you can do that. And then another real big man activity. Women do this too. You can shoot guns. There's a place called the Outpost, and it's actually owned by Barrett, which is a gun manufacturer. And they'll let you come in there and shoot all the guns. Obviously, you have to pay for it, but you can come and practice your shot if you're into shooting. So those are the 4 pros and the 4 cons of Murfreesboro. I do have one additional pro that I think is at the top of the list if you're interested in moving to Murfreesboro, and that is investing. If you're investing in a property, if you're going to be living in the area or living, working, and playing in the area, one thing you're going to want to do is put your money into a home. The reason why is Murfreesboro's behind the curve as far as the rest of Nashville as far as cost. It's still a little bit less expensive to live there. The cost of living's lower because the housing hasn't increased that much yet. It's still going in the upward direction, but you don't want to miss out on what's coming, which is it's going to continue growing. More people are going to continue moving there, and the housing demand is going to continue to go up. And if that happens, you'd be positioned perfectly going in, buying a house now, sitting on it for a few years. You'll gain, potentially, you could gain hundreds of thousands of dollars in equity just by purchasing now in the Murfreesboro area and then just kind of waiting it out as the community continues to grow. People are kind of sick and tired of moving into Nashville and paying astronomical numbers, and Murfreesboro is still in that infancy stage as far as not quite so high in the pricing department. So this is a great opportunity, and you'll see over the next 5 to 10 years that it's going to just be booming. If that's you and you're looking at moving in the Murfreesboro area, there's your pros, there's your cons, and we're here to help you any way we can. Feel free to reach out, and we'll see you next video.